Namaste, everybody. My name is Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar. On this International Day of Happiness, I welcome all of you on behalf of United Consciousness, European Yoga Federation, Project Self Incorporation USA, Yog Vidya Germany, World Movement of Yoga and Ayurveda, Australian Association of Yoga Therapists, Yoga Yogismo, South America, Siddhashram, Turkey, Spiritual Council in Africa, South Africa, Yog Nidra International, and Yoga Lam. Dear friends, peace and happiness is our birthright, and it is the goal of every goal of life. But in this present scenario, at the backdrop of war, it reminds me of a poem narrated by Sahib Ludhianvi. He is a famous Urdu poet. It says, "Oh gentlemen, it is your blood or theirs. It is the human blood after all. War may go in east or the west. It will bleed the peace of the world after all. Bombs may fall on homes or on outskirts. They wound the spirit of life after all. Our crops may burn or theirs. The famine will kill humans after all. Tanks may move forward or withdraw. They tear open the earth after all. Be it the victory of war or the morning of defeat, life sheds tears on death after all. So, oh gentlemen, it is better to end the war in the courtyards of ours and yours. It is better to keep candle burning." So, dear friends, instead of fighting with the darkness, as they say, it is better to light a candle. It is easier to criticize, but it is better to contribute. The path of light is the path of Brahman, Yehovah, God, Allah, Ahur Majda, Jesus, Mahavira, Buddha, Akal Purush, and Kami. So let's enter into the realms of prayer for global peace from various masters and sadhakas from different parts of the world. So friends, now we are all set to invite masters from different parts of the world to narrate the prayers for peace. So I would like to invite first Acharya Lokesh Muniji. Let me first introduce respected Acharya Lokesh Muniji. Acharya Lokesh Muniji is Acharya and exponent of Jain religion. He is the founder, president of Ahimsa, Vishwa Bharatiya. He is a versatile thinker, creative writer, poet, and a social reformer. Muniji is also a master in the field of meditation, yoga, and peace education. Most humbly, with all respect, we welcome Acharya Lokesh Muniji to begin the series of prayers today from Jainism. Respected Acharya Muniji, you're welcome. Please unmute Acharya ji and bless us with your prayers.
Jain prayer. Namo Arahantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayuryanam, Namo Vajjayanam, Namo Loe Sabba Sahunam. Eso Panchanamukkaro, Sabba Pava Panasano, Mangalanam Ta Sabbe Singh, Padamam Havai Mangalam, Chattari Mangalam, Arahanta Mangalam, Siddha Mangalam, Sahu Mangalam, Kevali Pannato Dhamo Mangalam. चत्तारी लोगोत्तमा, अरहंता लोगोत्तमा, सिद्धा लोगोत्तमा, साहु लोगोत्तमा, केवली पन्नतो धम्मो लोगोत्तमो। चत्तारि शरणं पवज्जामि, अरहन्ते शरणं पवज्जामि, सिद्धे शरणं पवज्जामि, साहु शरणं पवज्जामि, केवलिपन्नतं धम्मं शरणं पवज्जामि, खामेमि सब्ब जीवे सब्बे जीवा खमन्तु मे, मिट्टी में सब भूयेषु वैरम मज्जन के नहीं. Lord Mahavir said, violence, war, terror is not the solution to any problem. Violence gives rise to counter-violence. In the present times, the path of non-violence, peace and harmony of Lord Mahavir, Lord Buddha, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela has become more relevant, in which situation to all problem is given. मेरी यही प्रार्थना है सारी मानवता को कि हम युद्ध, हिंसा और आतंक किसी समस्या का समाधान नहीं है. हिंसा प्रतिहिंसा को जन्म देती है. वार्ता के द्वारा, संवाद के द्वारा, पीसफुल डायलॉग के द्वारा हर समस्या को सुलझाया जा सकता है. युद्ध के बाद भी आखिर बातचीत की टेबल पर ही आना होता है, तो क्यों ना भला पहले ही बातचीत की टेबल पर आकर के हम समस्याओं को सुलझाएं. और मेरी दृष्टि में दुनिया की ऐसी कोई समस्या नहीं हो सकती जिसका समाधान वार्ता के द्वारा न हो, संवाद के द्वारा न हो, पीसफुल डायलॉग के द्वारा न हो. मैं रशिया और यूक्रेन युद्ध के संदर्भ में भी मैं रशिया के राष्ट्रपति, यूक्रेन के, अमेरिका के, भारत के और तमाम दुनिया के राष्ट्राध्यक्षों से जैन धर्म की ओर से अपील करता हूं, आइए मानवता के बचाव के लिए हम बातचीत के द्वारा समस्याओं को सुलझाएं. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ ओम अरहम.
Thank you very much, respected Acharya Lokesh Muniji, for the message of non-violence from the land of Lord Mahavira. Now I would like to invite our next prayer from Judaism. Would like to invite Lizette Moreno. She is a yoga therapist and a pregnancy yoga teacher. With the honor of being the student of Siddha Ashram Yoga Family Turkey, she is presently continuing her services as a therapist and alternative medicine quantum biofeedback therapist. Over to you. We welcome you with full heart and respect. Lizette ji, over to you.
Thank you. Namaste. Mimamakim kerati ha'ashem. Shma bekoli treyena ozne hakashuvot lechol tahanunai vetfilotai. Baruch ata Hashem Eloheinu melech haolam. Ani madlika ner shel shalom lekol haolam. Vegam et atfila shel aharei hashalom רוצה להשמיע שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen. God, the King of the world, I light this candle right now for the peace of the whole world, and also this prayer of when peace is achieved to be heard, that we are grateful to you, God, that we have lived, maintained, and reached peace at this time. From the depths, I call your name. Your ears will be attentive to a pleading and prayerful voice. Hear my voice, God. Amen. And I want to light this candle right now. For all good. Namaste.
Namaste. Ameen. Thank you very much, respected Lizardji. Now, after receiving the message of faith from Judaism, now I would like to invite our person from Hinduism, and with due respect and regard, would like to invite respected Amy Blessioji. She is Mahamandaleshwari Pandit, Yoga Charini, Swami Gayatri Devi. She is a Yoga Paripurna School Master. She is also the co-founder of European Yoga Federation and World Movement of Yoga and Ayurveda. With all due respect, to represent Hinduism in this global prayers for peace, respected Amy Blessioji.
Namaste. Let us say a prayer from Atharva Veda. Heaven, be in peace. Earth, be in peace. Let the wide space between one and the other be at peace. May the flowing waters, the peaceful plant and herbs, and the animals be at peace with us. May the signs of the future be at peace with us too. Be in peace what it is and what will be. Loka samaste sukhino bhavantu sarve jnana sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, pace, paz.
Thank you, respected Amy Blessioji, for such a blissful message from Hinduism.
Thanks a lot for everybody. There is some problem with the voice. Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Mrityurmukshiyamamritate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.
Thank you. Thank you very much, respected Amiji. Now I would like to invite Valentina Cortini. She is an internationally certified pranic energy healer. Through her own spiritual evolution, she has developed the inner active mastery therapy. She is also the founder of Spiritual Council in Africa and a very active worker in social field and spiritual domains. With all due respect, with a message on Christianity, Valentina Cortini.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you to all the viewers today that were joining this prayer moment. So I've chosen today to share with you a prayer that is typical of the Christian tradition and is known as the prayer of St. Francis. And it is the perfect one to pray when we're actually seeking to live in peace and joy. And that's our intent for today. So as Christian, the Bible encourages to let our light shine before others. and that they may see our good deeds and glorify the Father in heaven. And henceforth, the prayer of St. Francis is a beautiful reminder of what that looks like in everyday's life. So I would like us to pray together in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Divine Master, grant that I might not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love, for it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. Such a blissful message of love, Valentina. Thank you very much for being here and bringing that message from Christianity. Now, going further, would like to invite for a message of surrender from Islam, would like to invite Yogi Baba Adnanji. Yogi Baba Adnanji, he is a Doyen master who spread yoga in Turkey since 1996. He established Siddha Ashram Yoga Center in Turkey. He has also have an autobiography called Without Disturbing the Silence, The Life Adventures of a Mesopotamian Yogi in 2008. Along with him, we have Ali Altan Saka, who will say the prayer in Arabic also. Thank you very much. Over to you, respected Baba Adnanji. Please unmute and bless us with the prayers from Islam. You may need to unmute Baba Adnanji. Okay. Till maybe he's facing some technical concerns at his place. So till then, let me go to our next representative from, then we'll come back to Islam again to receive back from him. Now I would like to invite till then our representative from native religions. And for that, I would like to invite Dr. Leon Moss. Dr. Moss is an ex-serviceman of United States Navy. Currently, he is the founder of Global Liberation of Love and Universal Devotion. He has also received the credentials of audience as a Doctor of Divinity in the field of theology, history, and comparative religions, and Semitic languages. So happy and blessed to receive from you a message from native religions on peace of the world. Over to you, Dr. Moss.
Namaste, Rahul Bhat. This is an affirmation that we call El Kulum. It means the all. Ania fi el lashuk shil kulum makul lashuk kulum kulum fani. Ania fardagan shil kulum makulum kulum fardagan shani. Ania wahe mea kulum makulum kulum wahe mea ni. Ania akilu akwanuku de kani afuzu fi kulum kama wul kama kafuzi liya mitu fi kulum. Ania kava wahu. Kulum, kulum, kulum mania, kulum yaku, kulum amilu. We are in the love of all, and all love is in us. We are a part of all, and all is a part of us. We are one with all, and all is one with us. We can succeed as part of all, and fail as individuals. Like we can be all that we wish in all, as long as our wish is to stay in all. We are never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, we do. Wadu.
Thank you very much, respected Dr. Moss. Now, Would like to invite again Baba Adnanji, if the technical concern is fixed. Until then, let me go to the next spokesman from Buddhism. Would like to invite, with a message of compassion from Buddhism, Geshe Nagwana Sonamji. Geshe Sonamji, he has joined the monastic university to devote his life to intensive study of practice of Buddhism. He has accompanied His Holiness the Dalai Lama to various places in India and around the world. Presently, he is serving as an English translator and the Buddhist scholar in the office of His Holiness. Over to you with all respect, Geshe Sonamlaji. Please unmute and bless us with your prayers of compassion from Buddhism. Your voice is not coming, Sonamji. Perfect. Till Geshelaji fixes the sound system, let me invite message of unity from Baha'i faith. We have a spokesman of Baha'i faith, a practitioner, amazing human being, Pierre Spirkel. He served as a French editor in United States. He wrote several books about Baha'i religion. He has been translating Baha'i literature, Baha'i's sacred writings, and Baha'i's books for last 40 years. Over to you, with all due respect. Pierre.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all for being here together. I will read a prayer of Abdul Bahar, son of Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i religion, and I will read it in French. Ô toi, Seigneur sans égal, toi qui nous aimes, nous manquons de talent et de mérite, nous résistons difficilement aux épreuves. Or, c'est toi qui accordes mérites et talents. Ô Seigneur, donne-nous ces talents et rends-nous dignes de faire preuve de la plus grande constance, d'être capables de renoncer à ce monde et à tous ses habitants, de pouvoir allumer le feu de ton amour et tel des cierges de brûler d'une flamme ardente et de répandre au loin cette lumière. Ô Seigneur du royaume, délivre-nous de ce monde de vaines illusions et conduis-nous vers le royaume de l'infini. Souffre que nous soyons entièrement libérés de cette vie de vanité et fais que nous soyons bénis par les dons généreux du royaume. Libère-nous de ce monde de vacuité qui a l'apparence de la réalité et confère-nous la vie éternelle. Rends-nous joyeux, rends-nous heureux, accorde-nous allégresse et bonheur. Réconforte nos cœurs et octroie la paix et la tranquillité à nos âmes. Ainsi, en montant vers ton royaume, nous pourrons atteindre ta présence et nous réjouir dans les royaumes d'en haut. Tu es le généreux, le dispensateur, le tout-puissant. Abdul Bahar. Merci.
Thank you very much, respected Piraji. And to continue the series of prayers, now I would like to invite a spokesman and a practitioner from Sikhism, the religion of sacrifice. So let me introduce respected Amarjit Ji Bhamra. He is the founder and secretary at the UK All Parliamentary Party Group on Indian Traditional Sciences. He is also a prominent lecturer, practitioner, and an author. With all due respect and regard, respected Amarjit Ji?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes, yes. Please
All right.
carry on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vikramji, for your amazing journey that you're taking us, all of us, with you on this initiative of peace. And peace is, with all due respect to what's going on in Eastern Europe at the moment. So very privileged to be here with you. So I just really wanted to share my thoughts with you on the concept of how Sikhism is a milestone for peace in this world that we live in. So 550 years ago, Sadhguru Nanak Dev, the founder of the Sikh faith, created the philosophy of Nanak Naam, Chardi Kala, Tere Pane, Sarbat Da Bala. So I'm just going to elaborate on this. This is the final line in the Sikh prayer. So Nanak Naam means the Naam or the mantra of Nanak. Chardi Kala signifies a constantly blossoming, a perpetual state of conviction resting on the unwavering belief in the divine justice. In Chardi Kala, there is confidence in the ultimate victory of truth over falsehood and of good over evil. Tere Pane means under your blessed care. Sarvat Da Bala, all humanity, may all humanity prosper and live in divine peace. So in the spirit of the Sikh prayer, we go on to, which basically means Nanak with your naam or with your mantra, and divine justice under your blessed care, may all humanity prosper and live in peace. And let us invoke this prayer in our hearts today and now for peace on our only planet, our beloved Mother Earth.
Thank you.
And Sadhguru Nanak Dev said that despite various religions and castes and gender and so many things that make us different, that we feel that make us different from each other, everyone should seek well for others, and only then one can have the goodness back in return. So the Sikh prayer, which is called Ardas, etymology, the root of the word Ardas is related in Sanskrit word Ard, which means to request, to ask, to beg. And it is also related to the Persian word Arz Dasht, which means a written petition made by a disciple. Another word for disciple is a Sikh, to a guru. So, my friends, every Sikh, every day, embodies uniquely all humankind during their everyday prayers. And I was also very touched with my predecessor who just spoke here. And in the Baha'i faith, I saw that towards the end of the prayer, that it was also written Sarbat Da Bala. So we have something similar there. And I think there are so many similarities, but hopefully a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much again for this.
Thank you very much, Amarjit ji, to bring the message of peace from Sikhism. Now, going ahead in the journey, I would like to request Baba Adnan ji, if the mic is fixed, we all are eager, all our ears to you to receive blessings from Islam. You may need to unmute and speak, Babaji. Or meanwhile, if it is still a concern, maybe Geshe Sonamla ji, if your mic is fixed, you may start the prayer. No worries. Let's go further. In the journey of prayers, I would like to invite our all beloved Sukhdev ji for the prayers of unity. Respected Sukhdev Walker ji, he is the founder of Yoga Vidya, Germany. He knows wonderfully how to transmit profound wisdom humorously. Sukhdev ji is the author of 10 books, among them commentaries on Yoga Sutra and Bhagavad Gita, and recently published The Royal Path to Equanimity. With all due respect and regard, for a prayer on unity, we'll request respected Sudevji, for the prayers.
Om. 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 Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings in all the worlds be happy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Shalom, Salem, Friede, Mire, Heping, Heva, Path, Pace, Pe, Ukutula, peace, Shalom, Shanti. Half a minute of silent prayer. Om Shanti, peace, Mire, Shalom, Salem.
Thank you, respected Sudevji, for a soul-touching prayer. Now, with that, I'm sure that this series of prayer must have touched everybody's soul, and the vibrations we are producing from here can go to different parts of the world to bring peace. Aliji can, if your mic is fixed, we'll be happy to listen prayers of peace from Islam. Ali Altan Sakaji.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. On the behalf of Yogi Baba Adnanji, Ali Sakaji will be bringing us the prayers of peace from Islam. Assalamu alaikum.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ليس البر أن تولوا وجوهكم قبل المشرق والمغرب ولكن البر من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر والملائكة والكتاب والنبيين وآتى المال على حبه ذوي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل والسائلين في الرقاب وإقام الصلاة وآتى الزكاة والمفعون بعهدهم إذا عهد والصابرين في البأساء والضراء وحين البأس أولئك الذين صدقوا وأولئك هم المتقون صدق الله العظيم.
It is so soulful, and the way you sang was beautiful. Thank you very much. I'm sure the vibrations will reach. And now, if the mic of Geshe Nawang Sonamji, if your mic is fixed, we are all our ears to receive blessings from Buddhism also. Seems it is not fixed yet, but we will make it sure to receive from you. And till then, let's enter into the second phase of our meeting today. In first phase, we touched the souls through prayers. Now in the second phase, after prayers, now we'll go to some talks for the intellect, for the viveka. So let me introduce you with our panel of discussion. The topic of discussion today is spirituality and world peace. Let me introduce you with the panel. We have Swami Suryananda Saraswati ji. He is Mahamandaleshwar Swami Suryananda Saraswati, Yogacharya Amadio Bilanchi Maharaj. He is the founder and the president of World Movement of Yoga and Ayurveda. He is also founder and the president of European Yoga Federation. His numerous books dedicated to yoga and Ayurvedic disciplines are widespread and are used in many schools and associations. We also have, as a panelist, respected Karine Shalhaji from Australia. She comes from the background of social research, planning, policy, and community development. She is an advocate of social justice. She is a classified senior yoga teacher and also a member of Australian Association of Yoga Therapists, and was also president of association between 2015 to 20. We welcome you also, respected Karine ji. We have on our panel today respected Shri Rajesh Ravindranath ji from USA. He is a program management professional, trainer, and a Vedantic scholar. He is also co-founder and director of Project Self Incorporation USA. He is the vice president of I Control My Health Incorporation USA. He is also co-founder and director of Akshara Kids Academy, a Vedantic play school in India. We welcome you, respected Rajesh ji. We would also like to welcome on board for the panel discussion Dr. Waldemar Prado ji from Mexico. He is a senior research fellow in science and technology. He has been associated with World Association of former United Nations interns and fellows. He works with United Nations in very close quarters. He also has been teaching and in research positions at several universities in Mexico, Latin America, and the United States. And along with these, we have respected Valentina ji and respected Sukhdev ji, whom I have already introduced before. I respect and invite all of the audience also to be a part of this panel discussion. Meanwhile, people who are watching us through YouTube, even if you write any questions, that questions will be received by me and I can pick your questions also. So let's begin with this panel discussion with our beloved, respected Swami Suryananda ji. Swamiji, my first question to you would be about when we talk about spirituality and global peace, how spirituality can contribute in global peace?
I want to tell that never as in this moment, man is confused and he mistakes the unreal for real. Instead, as soon as he gets a benefit from a minimum of enlightenment, he immediately realizes that nothing belongs to him. Not even the air he's breathing belongs to him. It's not his body, it's not his house, the car, the land his parents left him. I say that when he dies, he leaves this dimension and he leaves everything he owns here. His body, his house, his car, land, and so on.
Thank you. Thank you very much, respected Swamiji. Swamiji mentioned about from never confuse between unreal and real. We have a Vedantic scholar with us, Shri Rajesh Ravindranath ji. Rajesh ji, Swamiji mentioned about that you belong to nothing and nothing belongs to you. We are too temporary here to have permanent problems in the world. But still, there are so many problems we see in the world in the form of war and many problems. How can spirituality contribute in that?
Thank you, Vikrant. Namaste, everybody. The simple solution is find peace with yourself. If you find peace with yourself, you will find peace everywhere. So instead of trying to change others, the Vedanta tells, find peace within you. And when you change, you see that the world will change. That's the simple approach.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rajesh ji. In such a crisp answer, Rajesh ji said that be like Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. And spirituality helps you to bring that change and make it sure that you are peace with self. Then you will be peace with surrounding also. We have Karine ji from Australia. Karine ji, you have been working in social sectors. You have been working with people of different walks of life. Rajesh ji mentioned that spirituality can contribute in world peace through bringing peace with self. So my question to you would be, how do you see spirituality can contribute in bringing peace with the self? You may need to unmute and speak, Karine ji.
I completely agree that the process of spirituality is a communion with oneself. And that allows us to transcend the layers of the gross body, the intellect, the emotions, and to remove ourselves from the restriction of assumptions and the restriction of judgment. And so that transcendence takes us to a place of the soul, a place of contemplation and trust in nature. And like yin and yang, when opposites collide and we see the tragedy of great suffering unfold, it awakens in us an opposite as well. It awakens our awareness of our own humanity, and it awakens that sense of spirit where deep compassion, deep desire for peace and equanimity is felt. So the human spirit awakens the desire to unite with like-minded spirit and to engage in the fraternal bonds of human survival. I also think that in that discernment, we find that peace is our greatest ally, and we see the futility of grasping. We see the futility of violence and the futility of war. Spirituality allows us to transcend and discover what is true outside of the gross field and what is true inside of us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Karine ji. She added to what Swamiji said. Swamiji said that go beyond this body. She added, go beyond intelligence, go beyond the emotions and reach to the soul. And she said, go beyond the mixture of opposites also, good, bad. It reminds me of Rumi once he said that beyond the definitions of good or bad, there is the realms. I will meet you there, where we won't judge each other. And she said, be with the like-minded, right-minded people if you want to foster your peace within. So we have Waldemar ji. Waldemar ji has been working with UN. He has been closely associated with many of the yoga institutions, teaching and a scholar of yogic wisdom. Waldemar ji, Karine ji added this, that go beyond mind, go beyond body, go beyond intelligence, and there you'll find peace. So how we can find peace within?
Namaste to everyone. I would like to cite a slogan that is at the entrance of the United Nations. It says, since the war starts in the mind of man, let's fix the mind of man to stop wars. Okay, I think that besides your own spirituality, you have to put in practice social justice, balanced ecology, and things like that. I think without taking into practice what we believe, what we are, would not help, just being centered on yourself. I think we have to take this to humankind, to society, because what happens in humankind and society is the projection of what we are individually. And this is being recognized already by science and also by social science, that in order to fix social problems, we need to fix the individual problems. And in this sense, spirituality in any form or shape, in your culture or your own experience, it's the most important thing that a human being has to do in this realm, in this world.
Thank you. Waldemarji quoted so nicely. He said that a war starts in the mind of man. The war between two nations, at times, if you go deep, it's between two people, two ideologies, two thoughts. So we have an expert of psychology with us. Valentina has been working with helping people in bringing peace in the mind. If war starts in the mind of the man, even peace starts in the mind of the man. Valentina, you must be encountering many people who come with such problems. How do you contribute and help them with a quick tips to get peace with self?
Thank you, Vikrant. Thank you, everybody. You had amazing insights. It's always a pleasure to be with you because you always, make me grow all the time. I listen to you speaking. How do I help my clients? It's very simple. I get them to look within and ask them, do you really think that you are just this physical body? Do you think that that's all there is? As Amadio said, we are leaving everything behind because the three-dimensional world. So let's look at the spiritual side of us. I always tell them, connect to the spirits within. We are infinite being having a human experience. And a human experience is just a chapter of what we are made of. So how do you want to be in this chapter? How do you want this chapter to end? And that gives them a lot of insight in terms of becoming more responsible for every action that they have. A lot of my clients, they end up becoming vegan, like almost overnight. After a session, the moment they really connect to who they really are, and they understand that I cannot eat another conscious form. I cannot. And that's how, as we said, the more we work within, the more we are able to change society, and it starts from us. And that's how I help my clients. And I always have incredible results. And I'm always surrounded by beautiful people as a result of that.
Still, you are surrounded by very beautiful people, Valentina. Thank you. Thank you. She said that just like Google, search within, and then you'll find that we are infinite beings. So Devji, will request from you. You have been guiding people to search within. We have masters, practitioners from different parts of the world watching us. How to search within?
I think one of the most important principles is love. Of course, we can meditate, and it's important to meditate. And we can do yoga, we can say prayers, we can chant. That is important. It's important to a degree in which it enables us to feel love. First, love towards ourselves, then love towards the people with whom we are surrounded, and then love for the whole world. Love also means we have to forgive. We ourselves are not perfect. As spiritual aspirants or as religious people, we try to be perfect. We have to be forgiving to ourselves. We try to be loving towards others, and we have high ideals which we project on others as well. We have to be forgiving for others and feel the divine is inside everybody. And in the same, we have to spread this message of love by basically loving everybody independently of what they're doing, by connecting us with heart to heart. Mahatma Gandhi once said, you can hate the injustice, but you should always love even the one who does injustice.
Thank you very much. Sukhdev ji said that the simplest way to get peace with self and look within self is get filled with love, because all religions, they give a message that God is love. The simplest and the purest form of God is love or bhakti. But Swamiji, why don't people understand it? There is so much quarrel in the world, and then love is that simple. Over to you, Swamiji.
Now I wonder if it is right to quarrel over a division of land or to make a war between nations, etc. Once enlightened, men understand that the only reality is the self, that drop of the ocean that has the same nature as the ocean itself. The nature of the self, the same as the universal self. As the ancient sages have established it, it is Sat, reality, perhaps the only reality, Chit, consciousness, Ananda, blissfulness, worth taking refuge in. I would point out that we do not own anything, but instead, as the law of the karma establishes, we own the responsibility for our actions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Swamiji. Swamiji said that, yes, when a drop considers itself the ocean, drop need to understand that it's a part of the ocean, but when a drop in its own ego maybe considers self as an ocean, and then disturbance happens, we are a part of infinite ocean, and once we realize it, then we become the ocean, and it is what Swamiji said is enlightenment, Satchit Ananda. Rajeshji would like to know from you, when a drop, whosoever that drop may be, president of any country, the owner of any land, general manager of a company, whosoever considers, when a drop considers himself the ocean in its own ego, what to do, how to deal with that ego and break that notion and connect with the cosmos then?
Yes, that's the whole process of spirituality. Try to understand himself properly. So first thing is very simple. Two practices. One is any practices that make your mind pure, which we call as karma yoga in our scriptures. Second thing is the practices that keeps your mind stable. When the mind is pure and stable, you cannot miss the happiness or truth within yourself. When you find that happiness and peace through this knowledge, you get the Param Shanti. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 39 talks about that. Laptva jnanam para shanti, achirenadi gacchati. When you find that truth within yourself, you get that peace that passes all understanding. So the path is very clear. Through Karma Yoga, purify your mind. Through the Upasana Yoga, stabilize your mind. through Jnana Yoga, know yourself. You cannot miss the peace.
Thank you very much. So Rajesh ji mentioned that if you really want to see a reflection of divine in yourself, first, the watery mind has to be pure and has to be stable. Then only you can see the reflection clear. And then only you will know yourself. Amazingly mentioned, Rajesh ji. Now would like to come to Karine ji to elaborate more upon what Rajesh ji said. Purifying the mind. We judge so many people. As you mentioned, that yin and yang, mixture of opposites, mind goes this side, mind goes that side. Monday, I'm very happy. Tuesday, very sad, and keeps on. How to stabilize? Maybe. First, let's talk about how to stabilize the mind.
I think we need to look very deeply at our own inner truth and to look at where there is malaise, where there is how we're being disturbed. And many of us in the West, I know, are turning on their television, repeating images again and again and again of what's happening. And I think we need, we know what's going on now. We need to turn it off. And we need to recreate those images inwardly and look beyond the catastrophe. We need to reimagine what might the world look like without violence, without fear, without suffering, without pain, and without the level of exploitation that permeates the whole world. So we're called upon, I believe, to re-envisage a world that is more self-aware, more cognizant of the consequences of abuse from the many sides. And I think that we have very, very powerful minds. The instrument of the mind is extremely powerful, and we can use it to see a world in harmony, to see a world that is more equitable in its distribution of resources, a world that is awakened to the preciousness of humankind, the value of human fraternity, and the value of life. I think we can put our trust as well in nature and know that even the bleakest of violent forces will pass and need to be replaced with our dream of vitality for the future.
Thank you very much. Karine ji mentioned in order to purify the mind, in fact, reimagine yourself beyond the layers with some divine quality. How will you be with those divine qualities? And she said that learn from the nature, as we have never seen a night without next day morning. And there was never a morning without any night. It's a cycle of nature, as in Taoism it is said that see the nature. Nature is never in a hurry, but still all its works are done. So now with that, I'll come to Valentina. She has been working with stabilizing and purifying the mind. This is what all the day you do, Valentina, and supporting and helping people. Give us a quick tips, though it's difficult, but still, quick tips for stabilizing the mind.
I find personally that breathing helps a lot, all right, to stabilize the mind. I have a lot of clients suffering from anxiety, especially now, because we are all tapping in from the collective and all what is going on around us. So we do a lot of pranic breathing and I teach them a lot. But again, meditation. Once you stabilize the mind, you need to get within. I remember that when I used to hear about meditation years ago and I tried it on my own, I was really laughing. I'm like, okay, I will never be able to do this. But once you get that moment of silence and you realize that you're part of everything, and that feeling, you can only recreate it in the peace of when you are meditating. And so I teach a lot of people how to meditate and how to slowly, nothing happens quickly. You can't decide today I'm meditating and I will feel that peace. But I teach them how to get there, and they get there, and it's mind-blowing, literally. It's the only time in which you can find the peace within, no matter what goes on outside.
Perfect.
And as our dear friend talks about all the time, we're watching TV, and we are all obviously, feeling the pain of everyone else. The only place where we can feel peace again and not to keep on feeding in the collective with this fear is to go within and find that peace in that moment of meditation. So I recommend meditation, whichever one works for you, to everyone.
Perfect. Thank you very much. You gave two suggestions. One is reading and second is meditation that will help to stabilize the mind. When we go for meditation, many of the people report that there is so much mess in the mind itself that when you meditate, everything comes up and it becomes very difficult to even close your eyes. So Devji, with all your experience, a suggestion for those people when they start meditating, everything, all the mess stored in the mind comes out. So how to deal with that?
One would be send thoughts of goodwill, send thoughts of blessings, send thoughts of peace to whatever comes into your mind. If the thought of some person comes into your mind, send thoughts of blessings, then thoughts of peace. If you have to think of something you should have done or you should do, send thoughts of blessings and of peace. And it's the same good advice whenever you see somebody. Send thoughts of goodwill, send thoughts of peace, of well-wishing. And then the mind becomes calm. Then you can continue with meditation.
Thank you very much. Very deep message Sukhdevji said. And it reminds me when Jesus was asked, what is the summary of whole Bible, Old and New Testament together? He said, one, love your God. And second, never do anything to anybody what you don't want for yourself, or do unto others what you want to yourself only. That's amazing, Sukhdevji. The message is sending blessings of love towards others will help you to pacify and stabilize and purify your mind itself. Because whatever is there, there should be love within in the hearts. I will come to Swamiji for a conclusive remark, Swamiji. Sukhdevji said that love should be there in the heart. Conclusive remark from you.
I conclude by telling an Indian story that I've always liked. There was a time when man had divine powers, but because he misused them, the gods decided to take away these powers from man. Brahma, who was presiding over the meeting, asked the other gods to find a solution. So a deity proposed to have these powers and the highest mountain. Brahma reflected on the proposal, but he did not find it sufficient. As he said that sooner or later, man could conquer the summit of that mountain and find them. Another deity then proposed to hide them in the deepest sea abyss. But this proposal was also discarded because Brahma said that sooner or later man could arrive there as well. Others made other proposals, but it was Brahma himself who finally found the solution. He proposed to hide them in the heart of the men because the men would not seek them or find them there. Therefore, even today, in these difficult moments for peace, humanity should direct its proper gaze towards his heart. Perhaps there it lies the solution of every problem. Thank you very much.
Swamiji said that God has
opportunity.
Hidden in the hearts of human beings. Waldemarji, your quick remarks.
I think, again, most of the spiritual teachers that I know of, they always take into practice what they believe, because, you know, I remember from my experience in studying mathematics, sometimes the concepts are very easy to understand, but it's only after you start exercising them that they become part of you. So I think it's easy to understand sometimes the problems. And also, I think not only know or we have to realize in ourselves the things that we discover through meditation, through yoga, through other practices. But it's very important to take them out into society, because it's only then that they become part of you and of the world.
Thank you very much, Waldemarji. Dear friends, we had this panel discussion with our esteemed panel, and we tried to discuss how spirituality can contribute in the world peace. And Swamiji started by saying that we need to stop getting confused between what is real and what is not real. And then once we understand this, that we are a drop in the ocean and we leave our ego, then we realize that even the ocean is there in the drop itself. And then we reach at Satchit Ananda. Rajesh ji said, in order to realize that, we need to be the change that we want to see in the world. It is easy to expect others to change. It is more important when we deal with it. And how to do that? We need to deal with our ego. How to deal with ego? That individualism, he said, generate purity of mind and stability of mind. Purity of mind, he said, through karma yoga, and stability of mind through upasana yoga, he mentioned. Karine ji added that in order to make mind pure and stable, we need to go beyond emotions and intellect, because they create ripples. We need to go beyond it, beyond yin and yang, even beyond that mixture of opposites. And then she said that we need to see beyond even the layers and imagine ourselves with those divine qualities that we want to inculcate in self. And we need to start living with that. And the better method is to be with the like and right-minded people that will foster them, that will foster the goodness in us. Waldemarji said that yes, war starts in the mind of a person, even peace starts in the mind of a person. So it is the individual which has to change if world has to change. How an individual can be changed? Valentina added that through looking within and in realizing that we are infinite beings. And in order to bring that, she suggested reading and meditation can be two strong tools. Sukhdev ji emphasized the importance of love. If you want to realize yourself, then look within, love yourself, love the people around, and love the world. Start forgiving and stop judging. And Swamiji added that God is within us in the form of love, and realizing love within, love for surrounding is realizing God. And for that, Sukhdev ji said, send blessings to all. And through that, we will realize Satchit Anand. Waldemarji added, don't keep it as theory, practice it. So I'm sure that these discussions will certainly appeal to the people of intellect. We had prayers to touch the soul. Now we had talk to touch the intellect. Now we'll shift towards meditation, but before we will go to the meditation for mind, the time is here for one line message for global peace from everybody. So I would like to invite Yogi Baba Adnanji, if his mic is fixed, one line message for peace for the world. And Yogi Baba Adnanji, if your mic is fixed. If not, I would like to invite Dhira Natai Dasji for your one line of message for global peace. Very specific one line of message. Please unmute and speak. Okay.
Okay, now it's functioning. I couldn't unmute. Thank you. If one line, then the very famous line from the Vedas, from Kali Santaran Upanishad, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
That's
Namaste.
amazing. Namaste. Thank you very much. Any other person who would like to bring one line of message, very specific and without elaboration? Anybody who has not spoken so far? Anybody from any country who has not spoken so far? One line of message.
Vikrantji, can I say live and let live?
Thank you very much, Amarjit. Such a nice thing to say. Thank you very much. Anybody? Yes, Geshalaji. Geshalaji, I guess your mic is not working. If you could write something here, we will read it for you.
Can you hear now?
Yes, I can. Yes, carry on.
All right. So my message is usually we do not think of impermanence. With respect to oneself, with respect to others, and you tend to think that you are going to live alone. So if you think of impermanence, that someday you also have to die, then you will not kill others. So that's my message of impermanence. I'm sorry I was not able to complete the prayer because of some technical difficulties.
No worries. At least we got message from Buddhism through you. And remember, we are too temporary to have permanent problems. And remember, we are anitya. Vivekji, one-liner message from you. We have Acharya Vivekji from Chinmay Mission, Niagara.
Yes, and I'm wearing my Ukrainian colors, as you can see. Ma vidvisha Baha'i. May I understand myself, because if I understand myself, I will understand you.
Thank you very much, respected Vivekji. Anybody else for one-line message for peace? Yes, Aishwarya Deviji, please. Please unmute Aishwarya Deviji and speak. And then we'll listen from Annaji also. Annaji?
Yes. Namaste. As Jane Addams said, I want to say that he said that true peace is not merely the absence of war. It is the presence of justice. And there are many types of justices, but the supreme one is always the divine justice. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Aishwaryaji. Annaji, please. Annaji, please unmute and speak. Yes, Annaji. Anybody else who would like to speak so far? Meanwhile, yes, please, Amandioji. Please unmute and speak.
Now is maybe better.
Yes.
No, revolution of heads and hearts. We should help Ukraine people and people in war. We should love them. Be enthusiastic and be compassionate. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Amandioji.
I would like to say thank you all of you. And I think that we must put the study of violence and non-violence in our schools and in our cultural way, so that we can understand ourselves and can understand the non-violence and the violence, not destructive. Thank you. Namaste. Peace, peace, peace.
Thank you very much, Amandioji. Now, with those messages and blessings from all parts of the world, would like to request Jeena Sureshji to take us into silent meditation. And with that meditation, during that meditation, we all will send our together prayers to all the humanity across the world, wherever there is wound to be healed, and wherever there is a child or humanity or any being to smile. So over to you, Jeena Sureshji, to lead us towards a silent meditation, and that will be our final activity for the day. With that final silent meditation, we will conclude today's program.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Vikrantji, and what an enriching presentation by all world leaders here. As Rajeshji mentioned, peace starts with oneself, you, me, and each self. Only if we have something, then we can share it with others. So silent meditation is one of the best way to find that peace within you. And once we find it, we can share it with world out there, which needed it most during this time. So let's focus all our energies, concentrate all our energies, and find that peace within us and send that positivity, wellness to the world out there. So we'll focus next 5 minutes in this. So please close your eyes if you're comfortable, and let's do a silent meditation. Okay. Let's slowly come out of the meditation. And now I transition back to you, Vikrantji.
Thank you very much, Jeena ji. And I'm sure, friends, that our silent meditation, these vibrations must have reached to all people across the globe. Would like to thank respected M.E. Blasio ji, Acharya Dr. Lokesh Muni ji, Lizette Moreno ji, Yogi Baba Adnan ji, Amarjit Singh Bhamra ji, Pere ji, Dr. Moss, Geshe Sonam ji, Valentina ji, Sukhdev ji, Swami Suryananda ji, Rajesh Ravindranath ji, Waldemar ji, Karine ji, Jeena ji, and all our spiritual brothers and sisters from different parts of the world. I'm sure that this vibrations of peace and happiness will enrich our lives and lives around across the globe. Would also like to extend thank to Mohsin, Simran, and Aishwarya, who worked backstage to making this event possible. Would also like to thank all of the participants who are watching us through YouTube and different social medias and different places and platforms, sending you love, respect, and gratitude. Thank you very much. Can we have a group photograph here for remembrance? So
thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The spirituality is a concept that encompasses every ideology, religion, spirituality, respecting every point of view and path necessary to get to the center of the essence. Thank you so much.
Vikrantji, can I please make a suggestion, a humble suggestion at this late stage, while Sukhdevji is with us and all these very important personalities? Could we possibly adopt a resolution in our own way, in name of peace, and deliver this, to the United Nations and to the Ukrainian and the Russian governments? Please, I would like that, and I hope that all people here on the screen will be quite happy to share their name on this resolution of peace.
That's beautiful suggestion. As Amarjit ji said, United Consciousness will write to United Nations with a resolution that together we prayed today, and we request United Nations to take all possible steps to bring this war to an end, so that we can celebrate International Day of Happiness in more vibrant manner. And we have our beloved Waldemar ji also with us. So what we'll do is we'll write a letter and we'll send it to United Nations, and people who would like to sign on that letter, I'm writing a WhatsApp number. If you can write, or I'm writing an email ID, you please write a mail to that email ID so that your name and a country name will be mentioned. You please write that you want to be a part and you want to send your message to United Nations as a part of this resolution. Thank you very much, Amarjit ji. I'm writing in the chat box the email ID of United Consciousness.
And also, while you're at it, Vikrantji, could you also, request the United Nations, for the United Consciousness to have a partner status for United Consciousness with their organization, please.
Thank you very much for the suggestion, respected Amarjit ji. We will certainly, in the board, we'll discuss that and we'll try to proceed in the suggestions that you gave in that direction. Thank you very much, Amarjit ji. I'm writing in the chat box email ID. You please write your mails to this email ID. It is unitedconsciousness2020@gmail.
Are you writing this in the Prayer for Peace WhatsApp group?
I'm writing in this Zoom WhatsApp group.
Oh, Zoom.
Okay. Zoom chat box.
Okay.
Zoom chat box. Thank you very much. So you please write us a mail, and then we'll compile it together and we'll write it to United Nations. It is a very nice idea that you gave, Amarjit ji, so that this meeting, the vibration should go more intense. Thank you very much, wonderful beings from different parts of the world. We feel so encouraged when we get blessings from you. Thank you very much, all our board members of United Consciousness, all people from different parts of the world who come to bless us and the world with our power of prayers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vikrantji. Thank you so much.